even more importantly, has my last name on it, which means I have to hold up the good reputation of my dad or my grandpa and my family back home. And they are very honest people, hardworking people. My parents and my family in general, and I cannot let them down. So my name is on there. I have to do the best I can.
Alex, thank you so much for being on What's Mine Is Yours.
Thank you. Thanks for inviting me.
I am very honored to have you. And we were just talking off air that I think you're my first one who can speak you can speak 5 languages.
Right.
That's absolutely great. What are they, by the way?
My mother language is called Latin. I got Italian then, German, English, and Spanish.
You know, I took Spanish for many years, and God bless her heart, Mrs. Chapman, if she's even still with us. I think I probably ended up paying somebody off to get me through that. So I wish I could even be an ounce of being able to do that. So that's incredible.
Thank you.
I usually do not try and focus on too much background, because after it could be Googled, and those are the things I like to get right to the point. But because yours is so different from anyone I've ever had in studio here, you were raised in the Italian Alps.
That's right.
Can you tell me a little bit about that and how you even got into filmmaking?
Yeah. Sure. I'm from Ortisei. It's my hometown.
Okay.
It's an Italian name and a German name and a Latin name. It's got 3 names for the same town, 3 official names. Ortisei in my language, St. Ulrich in German, Ortisei in Italian.
Wow.
It's right on the border to Austria and Switzerland in the Italian Alps, like you said, in the Dolomites, which is a beautiful, beautiful place for skiing and hiking and all that. Grew up there, great, childhood, very safe place. And then soon after that, I started to travel around, and I realized how much I love being around people from different cultures, all that. And then I'm sure we'll talk more, but yeah, studied in England, got my bachelor's and master's in film producing, moved to Germany, moved to America then later.
Oh my goodness. Yeah. So what was it about filmmaking and producing that really drew you in?
So my dad is a chef in Italy. He retired a few years ago, but he's, puts his heart into being a chef. In the afternoon, he would have a few hours of free time every day, which he would spend watching a new movie every day with me. So I kind of grew up watching movies with him until a day, I don't know, when I was 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, where I was like, Dad, I think I'm going to make my own movies, not just watch them, but make them. And he was like, go ahead, give it a try. And so years later, it's always been the dream to make movies and videos in America. And, you just got to persist and keep going. And here I am.
Oh my! Well, so what's an American movie that has inspired you?
I'd watch the biggest movies and be like, at first I thought, this is something I can always just experience. But then later on, as you get to know people and improve your skills, I was like, maybe there's a chance one day I'll get to be a filmmaker too. And I'm still working on it. I'll always be still working on it. But, a step closer to the dream. I'm here in America now, and I'm very grateful.
So speaking of getting to America, and even more specific, Nashville.
Yeah.
What brought you to Nashville, and specifically in the country music scene of all places?
I really can't explain it. It's I can't explain why I like country music. We're all born and we listen to music. We're like, I like this or that. To me, it was always like, I don't know what this song is about because I don't speak English back in the days, but I really like the sound of it.
Okay.
And I remember listening to, Lynyrd Skynyrd, the Allman Brothers band, Southern rock at first, and be like, this sounds really cool. I don't know what the lyrics mean, but it sounds great. And so I kind of started to, I'm old enough to remember the old computers typing in what kind of music is Lynyrd Skynyrd, what kind of music is Kenny Chesney, Jason Aldean, Luke Bryan, and I started to find out about these country music, and I was like, I want to listen more of this, until I started to become very much a huge fan, a bit of a nerd. But the difference over there is that I was by far the only country music fan in my town, for sure. I couldn't talk to anybody else about Kenny Chesney's new album or something like that. And so backpacking in America and all that, something that really I loved from the beginning was just talking to people here, and everybody knew the artists that I loved growing up in Italy, which I couldn't talk to anybody about. So I was like, I'm at a gas station here. I can hear country music. That like blew my mind. I was like, this is so cool.
How did you find out that Nashville was the place you had to be?
The home of country music for sure.
Sure.
And I never wanted to be a musician ever. I always wanted to be a filmmaker. But merging the love for filmmaking with country music sounded something like it was. It's a dream, but it was also possible because I was like, I'm gonna go there, spend all my money just to get to know people, and then maybe I'll help out some of the filmmakers and video makers that I really admire in the years. Which one of them you had on the show, Sean Silva.
Oh yes, yeah.
He's a legend, and being a huge country music fan and Kenny Chesney
I was
fan.
like he's like the Kenny Chesney king.
So yeah, I watched his videos for many years, him and other directors, and I was like, maybe one day I get to be in Nashville shooting videos too.
Oh my gosh, we're gonna have to tell Sean that when Kenny goes back to the Sphere in Las Vegas, maybe you can help alongside him with that.
It would be a huge honor. It's my dream to produce a Kenny video one day.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for sure.
I like that. So we're just putting it out there. Being multilingual, because that is something that you don't find a lot of in this town. I mean, I think you find a lot of people maybe can speak Spanish, but not as many languages you do. Have you found that has, in your background, has helped influence the way that you storytell within music videos? Has it influenced how you express yourself visually or emotionally within a music video?
As a producer, I really take care of the planning and the producing, the organizing part, coordination part. So usually I'd work with a director that is the actual creative, that brings their creative vision. But yeah, sure, I always try to bring some lessons I learned from producing in Italy or in Germany or in England when I worked there, and bring in maybe some out-of-the-box ideas in producing and in filmmaking that maybe someone here hadn't tried before. And so just small tweaks that I think helped. And as well as something I've been really working hard on is telling my friends and coworkers here to come shoot in Europe and bring their country music videos and videos to shoot over in the Alps or in Sicily or in Germany or anywhere.
Could be a big budget, though.
Well, it's cheaper than you think.
Oh, really? Okay.
Because, we have really awesome crews over there, and all we need to do is to fly the artists over, and who says no to a trip to Italy, right?
Sure.
And there's some amazing locations that haven't really been used before for videos, which I would love to, host my American friends to shoot over there.
I love that.
Yeah.
So we spoke about why you wanted to be in Nashville, but can you tell me, how did you get your foot in the door into the Nashville community?
A lot of trips to Nashville, not knowing anybody. And I have some friends back home, they were like, who introduced you to people? It was like, I didn't know anybody that knew anybody in Nashville. So first I came here backpacking when I was like 18, 19, staying at hostels that don't exist anymore. Now there's like skyscrapers. And just meeting people there and slowly getting to know directors and producers that I really look up to this day. And a few of them gave me a chance. At first I worked for free as a PA, just helping out, carrying stuff around, just to get my, like you said, foot in the door.
Yep.
And show them that I can be trusted, because with being from outside of America, it's not always just everybody wanting to have you in the project. There's also some skepticism of like, what does this Italian guy want to do in country music videos? So you have to really like show that you're serious about it.
Yeah.
And obviously this is your culture and I really respect it. And I'm trying to be a part of it very humbly. And from the start, this is not my home, so I know I have to be very respectful of everyone's traditions and culture.
Yeah, but you have a lot to teach us too. And even though I am, American and I was born here, very similarly in a sense, I'm from California, and I will say that moving here, it was also a very like you kind of walk the line a little bit, because there was a huge. People didn't always want to accept people who weren't from the South, right, in country music.
Right.
And now, I mean, what's great for you and I is that it is broadened so much, and that there's so much room and space for everybody, that you have actually probably some beautiful things to have to say and show that a lot of people are willing to now to accept and hear, and I think that's great. I do know that congratulations are in order because you have had a lot of success recently with the You Look Like You Love Me music video and that you produced with obviously Ella Langley and Riley Green. Mm-hmm. Can you tell me about working on that project and what that was like?
I'll say immediately it was my favorite music video I've ever produced of all time. And I have a few at this point after 6 years in Nashville.
Sure.
But it was just, it was my favorite for many reasons. The song is obviously amazing. I really like Ella Langley and Riley Green for sure. Mm-hmm. I've been a fan of both of them for many years now, even from when they were not as well known.
Yep.
And so I was first of all, just very happy for them for their success. And then my good friend Will Stoney, amazing director, he called me. I remember exactly the day he called me. I was in Italy. And he was like, "Do you want to produce this video for us?" And it's a huge honor and a huge responsibility. And I gave it everything I had, for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, that was very, very iconic looking music video as well. What's a memory from the day that you had that you loved?
My favorite part of producing is bringing the right people to the project and really team building and being around people. Mm-hmm. As always, it's the best. It's just being around people that create something special. And I don't take any credit for the looks of the video. That's all Will's and JP, the other director, alongside Ella Langley directed as well. The three of them. And Tyler Oakes is the director of photography that we picked for the job, and he did an amazing work to make it look the way it looks.
Sure.
But it's not just them. It's it's an entire crew of 20, 25 people that from the PA to the director, everyone is important, and none of us could do our job without each single person being there and doing the best they can.
For sure. Well, and I will say, not that you would probably have much to say on this, but ever since that song, I'm pretty sure the chokehold that Ella Langley and Riley's chemistry has had on this industry is absolutely crazy. So maybe you know things that we don't know, but feel free to speak up if you have anything.
Well, I had a very surreal moment on set because it was 2 days before, it was my birthday, and they sang me happy birthday on set.
Did they?
So the entire crew, including the artist, sang me happy birthday. That was very surreal. In general, I'm just very grateful, first of all, to be in this country. I got to be on a set, which made me double as happy, on a country music set with some of my favorite artists, with some of my favorite filmmakers. It was one of the best days ever.
Country music is all about real life stories. And so how do you balance, and when you're working with a director too, I mean, with producing, how do you guys try to balance the authenticity of real life stories but also having the cinematic polish to it that you need to have to create a video?
I would say that is the credit goes to the director in that, for sure. We have some amazing directors here in Nashville, by the way.
Tons, yeah.
And I'm sure you know quite a few of them too. And there's a lot of talent here in, like you're saying, bringing that cinematography together with the story, together with what the artist is looking to show in the video, because it's very much a collaboration between the artist, the label, the management, the crew, everyone bringing something. And in the case of You Look Like You Love Me, that video is the product of a lot of people behind the scenes giving contribution, including, we shot in Kentucky, bit of unusual place to shoot this kind of videos, but we found a perfect location there, and the people from Kentucky came very much helped us at a place called Guntown Mountain.
Okay.
That helped us out a lot to make the video look what it is. So yeah, I would always say it's a huge teamwork from everyone involved to help out and make a video look cinematic, but also give it heart. And in the case of that video specifically, we had about 20, 25 extras there that just really cared about looking their best, authentic cowboys to make the video look
like the
even
saloon
better.
style that they were wearing. Now, because we keep talking about the idea of it was the director's vision and then you kind of coordinate, because I'm even embarrassed to say that a while ago, I wasn't sure because no one's ever directly asked me, like, what's the difference between a director and a producer? Can you explain to listeners, because I'm sure there's probably so many people who have that misconception of what does a producer do versus what a director does?
Yeah, I think we're all filmmakers and love filmmaking in general. We all kind of grew up one way or another to wanting to be a filmmaker, but then later on, you start to understand what you kind of really want to do in that world. So you might want to become a cinematographer, a producer, a director, an editor. They're all equally important. In the case of director and producer, I would say in the music video world, the director is the creative, for sure, has the creative vision and that energy of being like, I want to make this video look in a certain way with this kind of location and energy and vibe, and I want to tell this story about this artist. And then they pick a producer that they trust, that they think can do the job, and that can bring all the ingredients together to make the video look the way it's intended. So it's a collaboration between a creative and a producer that understands the creative, but it is also good at organizing and making things happen, and especially problem solving is the key of everything.
I was about to say that probably makes for a good, like, figuratively, a good marriage between a producer and a director, because I will say, being in this industry, more creative side, like a director, is a little bit less organized. Then you kind of need the person like you to come in and keep all the wheels on the vehicle together, moving in the right direction.
Yeah, and a lot of people ask me, like, how, such a responsibility, like, must wait on you, and it really never has. I don't know if it's just a natural thing, but I just really enjoy planning stuff. I was always the guy that was like planning the house parties in college, and making sure that everyone had the best time at the music and the speakers and the food and the drinks and like the venue and all that, or the house.
You're the good guy to have around.
It just comes natural, I guess.
Yeah.
And then being there at that house party or the shoot or any kind of event and seeing everyone enjoying themselves is enjoying the music and all that is very gratifying.
You're like a natural caretaker almost. I mean, seriously. I mean, that's something that, like, you have to be really, like, observant to what people are needing, and that's absolutely, definitely needed in scenarios like this.
Thank you.
You talked about problem solving. What is probably the biggest problem solving that you've had to do on set since you've been in Nashville? Wow,
that's a great question. Every video has problems that were solved, and some were just not solved at all and put aside, and we didn't do that thing that we wanted to do.
Yeah.
Maybe we found something better. Sometimes, a location falls through. We found a different location, and it ends up working better. Other times, we book an actor or an actress that ends up not being available that day, and we have to find someone else. Even comes down to, like, cameras. Maybe that camera doesn't work that day. We have to find a solution, or obviously these videos cost money too, and there's a budget. I have to budget that shoot and let our clients know how much it would cost, and being very cost efficient. Maybe some ideas that the director has cost too much money, and I have to be the guy that tells him, sorry, we can't do this, but there's other ways. These are the 3 other options that we can make this happen, just slightly differently to still achieve that vision. So it is problem solving for me, but at the same time, for all of the crew members, they're all solving their own problems. Art director as well. My girlfriend is a muralist and art director. She also art directed You Look Like You Love Me. I had to make sure to say that before I forget. She did an incredible job there too, and she solved the problem of how to make that saloon look like a real saloon for the video. So everyone that is in the music video business. I was on set yesterday shooting a video. I was looking around. We were talking to someone. Everyone there on that set is a good problem solver, because we don't really have a lot of time or money sometimes to just pay for solutions. We have to go out there, talk to people, think outside the box. If we can get this, we might be able to get that and bring it here on time. So it's all these people coming together, problem solving, that makes these videos so great.
You mentioned how you've had ever since, like, within your 6 years, other than You Look Like You Love Me, what would you say has been another favorite creative project you've been a part of?
I just produced Bon Jovi's new music video. That was fun.
Congratulations.
Thank you. I mean, even I just can't believe it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm like, I'm a nobody, and I met Bon Jovi. He was so nice too, and I just can't believe I got to do that. So I'm super grateful to Steve Gottlieb. He's a video commissioner. He gave me a chance to produce for him, so huge thanks to him. I produced videos for so many amazing artists. I did 2 projects for Tim McGraw. That was really cool. I did Zach Brown, Ashley Cook, Mackenzie Porter, Larry Fleet. I can't even think right now. I got there's a whole lot that I really love. I did 2 for All Time Low.
Okay. Yes.
This year.
The rock band.
Yes, for their songs Sucker Punch and The Weather. They're amazing guys too. Then I did 2 for a band called Hailstorm.
Okay.
This year as well, amazing. Lizzie Hale is incredible, the lead singer. She's really cool. And then in the previous years, I would have to think about it. There's a whole
I know you've worked with my friend Robert Shavers on some Walker Hayes.
I did, yes.
Yeah, so
yes.
he actually used to do this podcast with
me.
He
Really?
used to do the audio for this podcast. So, and he's done all of my work as an artist. So, and yet, tell me about that one, because you were nominated for an award for that.
Yes.
It was AA, right?
Yeah.
For Walker
yes.
Hayes? Okay.
Yeah. AA. Yes.
Sorry, AA.
That was another very surreal experience, because we shot on one of those party buses, the tractor party buses.
Oh, yes, like the ones on Broadway, the honky tonk where they drink on them.
Yeah,
Okay.
and talk about another surreal experience for someone that wanted to come shoot country music videos. I was on one of those.
You couldn't get more.
With Walker Hayes, on producing his video on Broadway in Nashville, in America. That was that was very cool. And he was so nice too.
Yeah. There's nothing but good things that are said about Walker.
Yeah, he introduced himself to me, and he was like, "Hi, my name is Walker." And I was like, I know you. I'm a huge fan. But all of these artists have been incredibly gracious and very humble and awesome. And I'm every time, I'm so happy to get to work with them.
When when a project is fully done, are you able to sit back and really appreciate it the moment you see it, or do you kind of pick apart things? Are you a perfectionist where you pick apart things that you wish could have been done differently?
For sure. Even yesterday, we shot a video for Cassius Culpepper, really great artist, young guy for Big Loud Records.
Okay.
At the end of the day, we were very happy with it. But of course, there's always things where I'm like, I could have done this better or that. And at the end of the day, whatever happens, it's my responsibility. So I take that responsibility. I like taking the weight of their responsibility on me, and I like bringing the right people to the project that I trust. But being a perfectionist, yes, I'm never totally satisfied with myself. There's always something I could have done better, or I will do better in the future.
Well, that's good. I mean, like, you can learn from it and then take it into the next project.
Like, failures are chances to get better and improve.
Yeah.
So,
since you have been able to work in both European and American markets, what would you say you've noticed is the biggest creative or cultural differences between the two?
It took me a while to understand the American culture, how like things are, like especially in Italy, for example, having lunch means sitting down for like 3 hours and having lunch with everybody. Here it's a bit faster in that sense. So
I will say that, yeah, and actually that's what I actually enjoy about going to Italy or going to Europe, is not being rushed all of the time.
Right.
It feels like we feel quite a bit more rushed in conversation and things that we do here in America.
And on sets it might be the same. I'm just trying to think, because in the years I traveled to so many different countries. Like I was saying before, it's really comes down to understanding the local culture, respect it, and adapt yourself to them, and never expect anyone else to adapt to me. So being able to change according to the project and the country I'm in is something I'm really passionate about, and I hope I'm doing a good job.
Yeah, well, I would say so. I would say you absolutely are. You said you mentioned you've worked on 2 Tim McGraw videos. What were those 2?
Those were, so we shot a Planet Fitness commercial with Tim.
Oh my gosh, a Planet Fitness commercial?
Yes.
Oh my gosh, tell me about that. That's right up his alley.
Well, you know the director of that, Tyler Conrad.
Yes, love Tyler.
Everybody loves Tyler Conrad.
He's amazing.
And he's really good at his job. So we did that, and of course Tyler does all these videos now and stuff. The other one was, before the shows, there's some like footage up on the big screens where he walks and stuff. We did some green screen stuff with him where he walks, and that we can use on different kind of screens or content. So it was a bit of a green screen day with him doing different movements and stuff. And then the other project was the Planet Fitness commercial.
Oh my gosh, when did you do the Planet Fitness commercial?
About a year ago, 2 years ago.
Oh my gosh.
And he is, like I said, another very kind artist that was very nice. And he also introduced himself to me. And I said, I know you. I've listened to you forever. Yeah.
I mean, because you've worked with so many people and you've worked with so many different creative personalities, who would you say is somebody that surprised you the most?
Sometimes like I do videos for bands I don't really know that much, and I'm a little, I don't know what to expect. But for example, Alex from All Time Low is, to me, he's like a friend now. And he was so nice to me, and he's obviously super well known, but I hadn't listened to their music a lot before, being outside of the country.
Makes sense.
World. But he immediately became kind of like a friend to me, and I really look up to him and his professionalism being an artist. And I think really made 2 very awesome videos together. So maybe him, definitely in an incredibly positive way.
Right,
he very surprised me because he's so easy to talk to and work with. Yeah,
that's great. I know shoot days can be very long. What would you say is probably like the longest day you've had on set?
Well, I grew up in Italy working on feature film sets, and one of the other goals besides videos is definitely producing features and series and documentaries. And when I first started out, I had a bunch of like 20-hour work days.
Wow.
Back to back.
Wow.
With like 3-4 hours of sleep and 20 hours of work. And I remember those being like extremely long.
Yeah. How do you unwind from something like that? Like after a long day on set, like what is I get home, I get to relax. What does that look like?
Those days it was just like immediately going to sleep, like falling asleep in the car, waking up, and it's time to go again.
Yeah.
I really like running. So sometimes before going to set, I like going on a run. That's my way to like unwind. And I'm training for my first ultra marathon, running several marathons. And it's not a way to like really improve at something. I'm really not fast at all or anything, but a marathon or running in general shows you that what you thought was impossible is possible. And when you start a race, you have to finish what you started, which is a great lesson.
Absolutely.
And no one's there to help you. You have to do it yourself. So, you do a marathon, 26 miles, you start it, you finish it. And you don't give up till you finish.
You're making me so anxious thinking of I can't run worth anything. So this is it literally clears your mind while you run?
For sure.
Oh, it clutters mine horribly.
Really?
Like I feel like could figuratively and literally die, I think. So that's what, but I also do have athletic induced asthma. So I think that might be part of that issue. But wow, when you run, you can just check out and just.
Yeah, and I listen to country music all the time.
Okay, what's your favorite song to listen to while you're running?
Any Kenny Chesney song.
Okay, so we really got to get you hooked up with Kenny Chesney. For
sure. I mean, he's one of the best. But no, and in the years, it definitely changed because I grew up with that generation. This makes me sound old, but Brett Paisley and Eric Church,
Yes.
Jason Aldean and Luke Bryan and Kenny. There's a lot of younger artists now that are equally amazing, like Zach Top and others. But I do like sometimes to go back to listen to the ones that I grew up with listening.
Of course.
And then some newer ones too. I love Hardy, for example.
Oh, yeah. If you weren't producing or filmmaking, do you think, what else do you think you would be doing? Would it still be in the film world or in the country music world, or is it something completely different?
You mean in the music video world?
Yes.
Or a different kind of...
Well, if you weren't doing what you're doing now,
Yeah.
do you think you would still be in the film world at some capacity, or is there something else that you've ever enjoyed wanting to do?
I've never really had a plan B. It was like I grew up
Love that
like,
answer.
Yeah, thank you. I was telling you, watching movies with my dad, and I was like, I'm going to be a filmmaker, and I'm going to be a filmmaker in America. So there was never like, if this fails, it for some reason I always thought it would work out, and I don't know where that comes from, but I was always like, okay, I failed this time, but it's going to work out in the end. So that gives me a lot of hope for some reason, and year by year, it kind of has been working out.
Yeah.
So I'm just gives me a lot of energy to keep going.
So you said that you just did something with Bon Jovi. Are there any other projects that you're working on now that you're excited about?
So I just did this few for Cassius Culpepper, which we're very excited for people to see. I've also just worked on a very big documentary in Italy this summer with a production company out of Hollywood that we can't wait for people to see. That one was and is a documentary about a horse race in Siena, in Tuscany, that has been happening for about 600 years. Same traditions, very much a historical event that's been happening there for years and years. And we told the story of these neighborhoods, of this small medieval town that is a unique place in the world. So that's coming.
That's interesting.
And then a whole bunch of videos that some I can't talk about.
Sure.
Some I'm excited to really like get in the conversation with the director and see what we can do to make those the best that we can. But yeah, 2026 is going to be a really good year.
Well, now that you're talking about, other projects that you've worked on that are not country music videos, what would you say is the because that is those are big jumps, right? I mean, but at the end of the day, a producer has a specific role, and that's to organize and to get things together. But what would you say is a big difference between working on, say, a documentary with a lot of history and culture, and then country music videos? Because that's a big difference, right?
Yes, for sure. Sometimes I feel bad because we have such amazing directors here that would deserve to have 90 minutes to tell a story.
And some songs, I think, can do that. I think you're starting to see it, oddly enough. You're starting to see little mini movies that artists are starting to create, because I think that people are starting to build their attention spans back, hopefully, praise God, that people can handle something longer than a few seconds.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I'm sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt, but...
Oh, no. I agree with you. And that's very good that happens, that people watch. There's been some really good directors in the last few years that really pushed for a bit of a short film format for these videos, and they've been very successful. So if you look at the All Time Low video we did for the song Sucker Punch, it's a mini short film that tells the story.
Love that.
That's the guys at the band, and Alex specifically, and Nick, the director, came up with. So that is a mini movie. You Look Like You Love Me. Hopefully it looks like a movie scene.
Absolutely.
I think it does. And we had several people asking us for a full movie of that, or what happens later when they leave the saloon. So that's very gratifying to see that people are involved, like, how do you say that? Involved in the story, and they that we made it look believable and professional. So your question was about... Oh,
sorry. The differences that are maybe the top difference between producing a documentary versus a music video.
A documentary is, for example, the one we did this summer called Contrada, is about the people that live in those neighborhoods in Siena. So it's real life. we're there with a camera shooting real life things that happen. A video is almost always, there's some that do the same in a documentary style. It's very often staged with actors, models, lights. It's more of like a creative vision of a director that we make happen. Well, a documentary is going out there shooting real life and telling about real life.
That makes a lot of sense. How would you say between your success and even failures has shaped how you handle this industry?
There's been, people that say they never fail, they lie.
Absolutely, what a lie.
I fail all the time, and I try to learn from the majority of those. Maybe I do some mistakes twice, but then I learn. And I think, as a person and as a man and as a producer and as a filmmaker, you get better by, seeing I did that wrong. It's my fault. I'm going to learn from that, apologize when it's needed, and then never do it again or improve. For sure, improving. And I see it as a good thing because I did this wrong. Next time that happens, I'll remember what I did wrong and I won't do it again. So there's a lot of things now in producing that I learned from past things that didn't work out, and now I take precautions before. So I want to make sure that people know where to park at a location, make sure those parking spots are available, make sure that there's power in the building, where the bathrooms are, make sure that the camera guys have a way to get in the building. It's all things that you learn by doing and by maybe failing sometimes, and that makes you a better film producer or filmmaker in general, in person. And my job gives me a lot of, it makes me happy, and it gives me a lot of drive for the future, because some of my, like Jerry Bruckheimer is a producer in way older than me, and I look at these very much older producers, and I'm like, I want to be like them when I'm older, with all these lessons learned, all these failures and mistakes that they learned from, which made them what they are at 60, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90 years old, 100 years old. So I look forward to that, to keep on improving and getting better and better, and always learning,
Absolutely.
You never learn enough.
What would you say, I know this might be a hard one to have an answer for, but what would you say is your proudest moment so far in this industry?
Well, we won an ACM award this year, which I cannot believe, because I just watched those awards from Italy, and it just feels like it's. I even can't believe we got nominated. So we won that award.
It was a big song.
It's crazy, yeah.
Yeah.
So imposter syndrome is real there. I was like, I didn't produce that, but I did. So it's an award that goes to the entire team for sure. I don't see my role as more important of any other role on set or in the production. But yes, that's got to be the proudest. It's a recognition of the work. But if you're asking me that question, if I think about it for a second, I had the same yesterday on set. Like, you're there and you're on a set and things work out great, and the actors and everything else, and I'm like, I'm in America right now doing what I love most. That is, success to me is like that moment. I don't even think about the money I'm making or anything like that. It's being there, shooting a video or a movie with everyone around me, such talented people, from the Steadicam guy to the PAs to everybody, all the makeup people, everybody, the director, assistant director, such talented people, and I get to be there with them. That's the proudest moment. The proudest moment is that, being there with these people.
And what drives you to keep wanting to be here and to keep going?
I don't know. I've always had this drive. I don't know what, I've never asked myself that question. I just want to keep on doing better and better and better and getting better at my job. my job, also with the running stuff, like I want to run 100-mile ultra races at some point. And
100
sure.
mile?
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
And
how long would that, how long would that take?
The best in the world, 20 hours. To me, maybe like 50.
Okay. Sorry.
But you got to set yourself ambitious goals, right?
Absolutely. That is ambitious.
You have an awesome podcast. That's an ambitious goal too. And you're doing really great. So it's, setting yourself a goal and going out and make it happen like you have with this is very admirable. And like you always want to have something to work towards, which is either a video or project or a race or a podcast. I personally need that goal to work towards. And, be ready for when the time comes.
That's a great point, because I would say that if I don't have something to be looking forward to, then it's very easy to be complacent in something and to not want to work harder and to achieve something. So that's great.
Yeah, and also, as we're getting older, you realize that you don't have all the time in the world to make things happen or to make your parents proud. Or to make your friends proud, or I have a sister to make her proud, and my girlfriend. So when you're like 20, you think you have forever. But I'm 35 now, and I look at my family and all. I'm like, I want to do the best I can with the time I have. And there's definitely a sense of urgency that I don't take lightly. I'm like, I better make today count. Yeah. So today I got to come to talk to you. I was like, this is important stuff. This is like, I feel like this is, it's an achievement itself to be invited is, I'm very grateful about that.
Well, thank you so much. I appreciate having you. And I'm going to end with just one question, Alex, is how do you want people to feel when they are watching something that has your name on it?
Well, like you're saying, it has my name on it. Even more importantly, it has my last name on it, which means I have to hold up the good reputation of my dad and my grandpa and my family back home. And they are very honest people, they're hardworking people. My parents, my family in general, and I cannot let them down. So my name is on there. I have to do the best I can.
That is a really sweet answer. And I'm nothing against Americans, guys, because I am one. But we need to have a little bit more of that, because I feel like that is a very, really humbling, beautiful answer. So thank you so much, Alex, for being on What's Mine Is Yours. And I can't wait to see everything you're going to accomplish more. You've done so much in just 6 years. So I can't wait to see the next 6.
Thank you so much for having me.
Hey guys, it's Tiffany Boys. Thank you so much for watching another episode of What's Mine Is Yours. Make sure to like and subscribe. And if you want to check out more, come visit our socials and follow us at WMIY.podcast.